Today we're exploring Roper Lake State Park, nestled in Safford, Arizona, within Graham County. This 32-acre lake offers swimming, boating, and fishing, along with camping options and cozy cabins. Welcome to another episode of Arizona's Gold. Now for a brief history of the park. In the early 1960s, the main part of the park, centered around Roper Lake, was developed as a private recreation area. The lake and the property were eventually sold to the Arizona Game and Fish Commission in 1969. Around the same time, another unit called Dankworth Pond, featuring a 15-acre surface lake, was acquired by State Parks. This pond had previously operated as a private catfishing lake. Fast forward to March 1975, when Roper Lake State Park officially opened and was dedicated by Charles R. Etherly. Interestingly, prior to this, a preliminary engineering feasibility report had explored various sites, but the construction of a large lake was deemed economically and engineeringly wise unfeasible. Instead, the management of Roper Lake became the best alternative. When you drive into the park past the gift shop, there's actually a lot of construction going on, which I think is a good sign because it means they're working on the park. As you can see, the views are great once you get past the construction, of course, but like I said, it's a good sign. It means they're working on it, and there's just great views, great mountain views, and it's definitely a place to be. This is just another shot showing the landscape and a little bit of the terrain as we're driving through the park. Here we drove by one of the trails and one of the stops they had. I believe there's a few of these around where you can, stop, have a picnic, do some exploring. This is one of the stops where we got out. You take this little trail bridge and it takes you to this grass area where there's a beach where you can swim or use boating. Not full-on boats, but like kayaks and things of that nature. And there's a giant gazebo. They have benches. It's really nice. Yeah, that was just a sign showing the island rules. As it says, there's no dogs on the beach. We had our dog, but we were just taking her in the middle area, which I believe is fine to do. It said no fishing. The fishing's actually on the other sides of the lake, which is nice because here they have the swimming area, so you don't have to worry about hooks or stuff like that. It's a good sized island, and there's a lot of these areas that have a bench for picnicking and grills. The grills were closed off for some reason, so I don't know what that was about. But there is a lot of seating stations, and there's areas for families or whoever to gather. The views here were great, and it just had an overall nice atmosphere. This is our dog Grace, and she was having a great time. This was the gazebo I was talking about, and they have additional benches there. And this is another view from the other side of the lake where they have the swimming. There were also people with paddle boats in that area, which was cool. This is just another view as you leave the island. They also had an informational bulletin board. This was another one of the areas where you can just pull in, park, and check things out. In this clip, we're driving past where we just went. This was the parking lot to get to the island. just some more views as we were driving around. We drove back towards the other side of the lake and they had some cabins and they looked really nice. There's also AC available. Now this is where you get to the area where you can fish. In this particular area they had a dock for fishing. You can also keep driving down and there's more places to fish. There was also a board where you could share your catches and there were some big fish. And again, the landscapes here were great. Here's another close-up at the dock. I think I spotted a few bluegill in there, but I didn't catch anything. The dock was nice, but don't think you're limited to just that spot. There are plenty of other places. After stopping at the dock, we drove through to the other side of the lake and there were a lot of people fishing over there as well. As you can tell, there are plenty of spots to fish around the lake. Here's just another one of the recreation areas they have throughout the park. Before we left, we stopped at the gift shop. This is just a view walking in, and they also had an information board. This was the inside of the gift shop. They had a variety of items like books, shirts, and other things. They also had a basic fishing section. Obviously nothing you find at a big sportsman's store, but it was enough if you wanted to fish. They also had cold drinks and some frozen sweets. Well, that does it for this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and feel free to comment your experience at Roper Lake or location in Arizona we should feature next. As always, we will catch you on the next episode of Arizona's Gold. God bless.